joy and honor to pray for you and with you. So please do not leave here today with anything on your heart, anything on your mind. We have several practitioners that are available today to pray with you right after service. You can receive prayer a few ways. You can receive prayer by going out to the side doors here to the chapel area, and a practitioner will meet you there and pray with you. Or you can write a written prayer request and put it in the prayer request chest where Dennis is sitting, and those prayers are distributed confidentially to all of our practitioners, and you're prayed for a few weeks. Thank you. Encourage anybody that's in the family room to come on in and take your seat. Thank you. Today we have Cafe on Lake. We have the De Leon's amazing tamales, which we only get this time of year. So please stay afterwards and have a tamale. Or you can actually order a dozen or two or three, as many as you want, to bring home. So you can see them at Cafe on Lake today right after service. Also, our Seaside Catch the Spirit bookstore is open today. I want to let you know we've brought in all kinds of lovely holiday gifts. So if you're looking for something for someone special, check our bookstore out. Also, we just got another case of Dr. Christian's book in. So if you haven't gotten Dr. Christian's book, know that we do have some in our bookstore, and we are the only place you can get one. Amazon and everybody else is sold out. So we have some here in our bookstore. The Wellness Support Group is meeting today after service. Dr. Christina Tillotson is the lead on that, and she's going to be doing a form of Tai Chi that she does with everybody and does herself personally, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about that later, but that's today. Education is getting ready to kick off a big winter quarter. We have some fun classes for you. The catalog will be available next week, but Marv has put inside Seaside an overview of everything that's being offered this winter and the dates, so you can take a look and see what it is that might be calling to you. And next Sunday, you can sign up. We have a wonderful opportunity for the first time ever. We are going to be doing Dr. Christian's Foundation class online. So if you're not able to come on Tuesday evenings in person to take Dr. Christian's class, you have an opportunity to sign up and take it online at home from your very own computer. There is limited availability. Our folks that are on podcasts that watch from afar, you can sign up for that class as well. So know that's coming, and get ready to sign up for that if you're wanting to. This Wednesday evening, I will be doing the Going Within service. I invite you to come and join myself and Reverend Lori Mack on alternate Wednesdays. It's a beautiful time midweek to come and just pause and breathe and let go of the busyness of the season and get centered. So we invite you to come and be part of that on Wednesday evenings. This Saturday, we have two fun events. Our men's breakfast group is meeting here in the morning. And see Ray Holder. You can sign up at the table in the family room for the men's breakfast group. So men are invited to that. Then we have a wonderful women's event. Our Seaside Sisters Women's Ministry is doing an event on Saturday as well, the 19th, from 2 to 5. It's the Care to Share program. It's bells and books. Am I saying that right? It's probably more jingle. Yeah, holly bells and books. So it's a Care to Share program, which the Seaside Sisters do and have done in the past, and you probably remember it. You have an opportunity to bring a book to share and to take a book home with you. And if you don't have a book to share, you just come anyway and join in the social time and bring a book home. So sign up at the Seaside Sisters table after today's service. Callie Holmes Sorensen is here. You can talk with her a little bit more about it, but that's for all the ladies on Saturday. So all the Seaside women are invited to that. We'd love to see you there. On December the 20th, we are having our 5th annual Winter Solstice Drumming Circle. And I believe we have our drummer, Miss Christina Stevens, here to tell us about it.
It's okay. Good morning. First, I'm going to say it in drum language. I thought you were gonna say it back to me. Dum dum taka taka dum taka taka dum dum taka taka dum. How many of you have attended our Rhythms of Radiance drum ministry here? Raise your hands. Oh, so the rest of you are invited to the Winter Solstice Drumming in the Light, We reset the sanctuary in concentric circles. It's a powerful ceremony of multicultural artists in the community, including a Tibetan gong master, including Egyptian drumming, Afro-Cuban chanting, and Native American flutes. It's a stunning opportunity to set your intention to receive the light this year. Thanks to Sharon and Seaside for collaborating with us for 5 years. Let's show you a quick clip of why you need to get your ticket today, because it does sell out. And this is very family friendly. Children love it too. Okay, I know. See, if we were that was a teaser because you're like, oh, I want more. So thank you very much. Please pick up your ticket, and I look forward to co-creating powerful ceremonies as we honor the turning point in the birth of the light. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you. I hear no musical experience is necessary. Percussion instruments will be provided for you if you don't have your own. Bring your own if you do have it. We have some opportunities to share your gifts this holiday season. Here at Seaside, we have a couple different ways that we're giving back into the world this year. One of them is our Toys for Tots program that we do every year. Please bring an unwrapped new toy and put it in the box for Toys for Tots. Next Sunday, I guess, will be the last Sunday to be able to do that before it gets picked up. Also, one of the things that we support all year long here at Seaside is the Community Resource Center. Karen Copeland is our liaison with the Resource Center and make sure all of our stuff gets over there that we donate. We've donated over 2 tons of food already this year. But we are doing our holiday baskets once again. And the holiday baskets is an opportunity for families to go shopping for the holidays. Families that don't normally have an opportunity to get things. They support over 1,900 families in the North County area. So it's a 3-day event, it's a wonderful event, and we help to bring those items that the family can shop for. This year we're focusing on extra large outerwear, jackets, and blankets and throws. So you can see Karen in the family room. We're also collecting food, and you can also donate money that can go to some of these items. So please see Karen and be part of that giving. Also, we're doing our interfaith shelter again this year. Seaside this year has 2 weeks. It's starting in January. I encourage you to see Sunny Goodwin in the family room afterwards. Sign up to bring a family dinner, to bring dinner to the families that are staying at the shelter. You bring the dinner, you sit and enjoy the dinner with them. I've done it with my Girl Scout troop. I've done it with my own children. It's a beautiful way to show how we can give back this holiday season. Also, you can stay and sleep over. They need a host that sleeps there every night. So we usually have 2 people. We always have 2 people that sleep over together. So sign up to do that too. So again, a wonderful way to just give back. So we have lots of ways for you to give this holiday. On Christmas Day, if you're looking for a place to come and be with people, if you don't have family here, if you don't have family, or if you just don't want to hang out with your family, you can come and hang out here at Seaside. We have dinner at noon, provided for everybody free of cost. Just come and be part of that. Oh, I'm sorry, dinner's at 1, service is at noon. So we're having a Christmas Day service at noon, followed by dinner at 1. And that's open to anybody in the community, anybody that you know that doesn't have a place to go. Please let them know that Seaside's doors are open. Last but not least, our big party, our big holiday celebration here at Seaside is our candlelight ceremony. And that is Wednesday night, December the 23rd. Please get here early to get a parking spot. We're usually full all the way to the back. If you want to get a good seat, get here early. We start at 7. We light the candles for all the traditions. We sing and we sing and we sing and we sing. And it's a fun time. We sing carols, and it's just a wonderful, uplifting time to share with your Seaside family. So mark your calendar for December 23rd to come and play with us. And with that, will you please just stand and greet your neighbor, and please remain standing for the congregational song.
standing for the congregational song. I'm choosing heaven today. Sing with me. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, saying I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing love today. Yeah, yeah. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, saying I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing grace. I'm choosing grace today. Yeah, I'm choosing grace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, saying I'm choosing grace today. Come on, Bob and the Seaside Band. Give it up for the fellas over there. I'm choosing compassion today. I'm choosing compassion today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, saying I'm choosing compassion today. I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, saying I'm choosing joy today. One more time, heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, saying I'm choosing heaven today. All right, Seaside.
Nice choice. I like that. Hey, good morning, Seaside. Hey, what a joy to be with a group that's choosing heaven today. Just choosing to have that light in our life, and just welcome to the holidays Seaside style. The sanctuary is filled with, this is just a fun thing. I haven't even seen that before today. Never know what's going to show up to support that outer expression of what's taking place inside. Hey, if you're here for the first time in Seaside, welcome. It's a joy to welcome you into our home and to share this life and the light and the love and just what's going on. So to take us to a deeper place of what is going on is a wonderful practitioner who's been here since before I was, one who is a master at her craft, and that is our wonderful Robin Mitchell.
Good morning. Please join me for a moment of silence and go into the stillness and rest peacefully in your chair. So feeling that spirit vibration, I just go within and anchor into that place, which is only spirit expressing. I'm feeling that light of spirit emanating as me in all of those qualities. I give gratitude for this day and for this service, honoring each and every person here for that spirit within them that shines, and just inviting you to be in this place and enjoy the gifts, the sharing of the wonderful words of Dr. Christian, knowing that they reverberate with each one of us in our own special way. So knowing that this service is divinely blessed and unfolds beautifully, I just bless this day.
God is real. God is magnificent. God is light. God is love. I am real. I am magnificent. I am light. I am love. We are real. We are magnificent. We are light. We are love.
Wow. Thank you, Rebecca Jade, for reminding us who we are and what we are celebrating today, that light of God. And thank you, Master Practitioner Robin Mitchell, for praying us in so beautifully today. Good morning. I'm Reverend Christina Tillotson, and it's my honor to welcome you today, especially if you're brand new today. Just know that you are in the right place, whether you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or Diwali or winter solstice or just life, whatever it is you're celebrating. Thank you for being here and sharing your light here with us. We have a special gift for you on the way out in the back table. It has a CD and all kinds of goodies for you, telling you a little bit about who we are in appreciation for your being here. Here at Seaside, we're part of a worldwide organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, whose vision is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence for a world that works for everyone. So if you can align with that vision, you are in the right place. So thank you so much for being here. And since I have the platform right now, so I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks. If you want to come to the wellness support group, we're having a Tai Chi Cha practice. I'm going to teach some of the movements of the moving meditation that I've been practicing for 32 years and teaching for 20 years, two years, called Tai Chi Cha. And what you will do is you will learn how to deal with stress in your life or transcend the stress, any holiday stress. But we're only going to meet for an hour because I have to get ready to go to, one of the speakers at the vigil for transcending gun violence at the Unitarian Church down in Solana Beach at 5 o'clock, and it's being emceed by our Deputy Mayor, Lisa Schaefer. So if that's something you want to come and share your light with, we're going to be marching with candles, and I'm one of 7 speakers, and I'm really honored to get to do that. So we have to cut our wellness group short today, but I am really so passionate about the holidays. So I created the holiday ministry where we actually have things on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve. And when I do our service on Christmas Day, I'll tell you why I'm so passionate about it. And what I'm doing is our very second ever Christmas service on Christmas Day at noon. And we'll be singing the Christmas carols, singing along, and I'll be talking about the metaphysical meaning of those Christmas carols. It's only 45 minutes, and I was talking to a Lutheran minister friend of mine last Christmas Eve, and I said, yeah, I'm getting ready to go do my service at noon at Seaside. He said, no one will come to a Christmas Day at noon, and I said, you just wait. We had 100 people. So please come. So please, yes, please come. And even if you can't stay for our potluck at 1 o'clock, just come to the service anyway. We are the only place in this part of North County that has a dinner for the whole community and on Christmas Day, and that's at 1 o'clock. And please come, not only if you don't have a place to go, but please bring your family and share this with your Seaside family. I ran into a couple at the Trader Joe's parking lot a week ago, and I was talking to them, and I said, well, do you have a place to go for Christmas? They said no, and so I gave them a flyer, and they were so excited because they're living on the streets, and they have a place to come for Christmas. Then I ran into them at the
at the gas station yesterday, and they said, "Oh, we're coming to Christmas. We're coming to Christmas. We're so looking forward to it." So that is one of the things that Seaside does for the community. And those of you who can afford to bring something, please bring something to share. Thanksgiving, those of you who brought things for Thanksgiving, you outdid yourselves. It was amazing. In all the years we've been doing it, you just outdid yourselves this time. So you're invited to do that again. And not only not only serve yourselves and our Seaside family, but the whole community. Thank you. And one more thing, since this is the last time I'll be on the platform before New Year's Eve. I also do the New Year's Eve burning bowl ceremony, where we actually write down all the things we want to let go of for the year, go outside and burn them, and come back and set our intentions for the new year in a supportive community. That's become a really popular community event. Anyone from teenagers on up are invited to come to that, so please, please come. And I forgot to tell you that on Christmas, Santa will be here at 2 o'clock. So bring your kids. I have a picture from last year. There's a senior citizen sitting on Santa's lap with their oxygen and things. But anyway, so it's for everybody. So today is about living in the light. And the reading today is actually from Dr. Christian's book, The Joyous Abundance Journal, but it's from December 11th because it's so relevant for today. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our philosophy and our faith and our way of life, says, "The God that is in us is the same God that is universal. There is no wall of separation, no barrier, no place where one begins and the other leaves off. All is one, and one is all." Getting caught in your human struggle can cause you to question your oneness with Spirit. You might imagine yourself like a window pane. No matter how dirty the pane is, it doesn't affect the sunlight itself. The sun always shines brightly. It's every false idea of who you are, every smallness, littleness, resentment, and forgiveness that clouds the window pane. Every time you feel unable, unworthy, or unnecessary, you are fogging that window with the illusion of separation. Clean your dirty window with deep spiritual truths and a new way of seeing yourself in the world. The birthing of the light that we celebrate in so many ways this season is all about the eternal light that is always shining. When we see with the eyes of the One, look how bright the light becomes. This brightness is your eternal oneness of spirit. You only sometimes separate from it, sometimes seem separate from it. Remember, you never truly are. You're always one with it. So let's take these ideas into our form of affirmative prayer. So turning to that place of the light and that love and that wisdom of spirit that is through and as all of its creation that created this universe by speaking, "Let there be light," and allowing that light to burst forth into all planets and galaxies and atoms and people and beings out of that light of itself. That one that is through and as all of its creation. That one is who I am right here and right now, and each beautiful spirit here is. Each one here sitting in this room, each one watching from afar on the podcast, all are perfect expressions of that light of spirit right here and right now in this sacred space and time. So I'm absolutely knowing for this sacred time together that light of spirit just wells up from within each one, ever more brilliantly, ever more brightly, wiping away all the dust of false beliefs and false ideas that have nothing to do with that light of who each truly is. As that light shines forth not only in this place and within all who are within the sound of mine and Dr. Christian's voice in the podcast, but in this community and in this state and in this world that so is longing for this light. That light is shining forth as each one here surrounding this planet in that light of the oneness of Spirit. And for this light and that love, and this perfection and wisdom that wells forth from this sacred place and time, I am so, so grateful as I release this word to the law, knowing that it is now done in perfect light and love. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, Seaside. It is my honor, as it is every Sunday, to introduce our guest artists. And today I'm just always, it's just a pleasure to be able to have my dear friend with us today. We go way back. We actually worked together for Lamb's Players Theater. That's how I met him. And we've been friends ever since. And I didn't know he was as talented as he is. And so it's been an honor to explore music with him. We've done some shows together, and I'm just so honored to be able to have him here with us today. He brought CDs with him, so if you're moved by his spirit and his music, please see him afterward. And he has 3 CDs with him today. So without further ado, please help me welcome my dear friend, Leonard Patton.
Good morning. So this song and the song I'm going to sing later, they're both about people. This first one is about somebody that you may know. It's called Mr. Heartless. 1, 2, 3. You quote your name, boast your game, talking nothing more than the cheap and small. In the head, the substance is missing. You flaunt the smile, preach your style, all the while there's no hand to help at all. In the heart, there's nothing you're giving. The absence of love is the absence of life. There's no reason to strive for your goal. I don't want to know your fame. I don't need to know your game. The only thing that matters is love, no matter how much you have to offer. And I don't want to know your name, cause in the end it's all a shame if all we do in life is live for our own desires while the hopeless fall. That ain't life at all. Your fame, boast your game, talking nothing more than the cheap and small. In the head, the substance is missing. You flaunt the smile, preach your style, all the while there's no hand to help it all. In the heart, there's nothing you're giving. The absence of love is the absence of life. There's no reason to strive for your goal. I don't want to know your fame. I don't need to know your game. The only thing that matters is love, no matter how much you have to offer. And I don't need to know your name, cause in the end it's all a shame if all we do in life is live for our own desires while the hopeless fall. Oh, I don't want to know your fame. I don't need to know your game. The only thing that matters is love, no matter how much you have to offer. And I don't need to know your name, cause in the end it's all a shame if all we do in life is live for our own desires while the hopeless fall. That ain't life at all.
That is is Leonard Patton. Nice job. All right. Whew. Okay, so let's see. You know what I want to say? Acknowledge, besides Christine picking a brilliant reading for today, she also this week got honored by the movement to receive what is one of the high honors in our movement. It's called the Ernest Holmes Award for all that she has done with the distant learning program and sharing these lessons with people around the globe. And so it's a big acknowledgement that she'll receive at the convention in February. So Christina, wherever you are, congratulations on that. And I also did like the reading. You know, I was thinking about when she read that, about when I came up with that analogy of the light shining through. I was looking out that window right here on a Sunday morning and recognizing how dirty our window was. And how it didn't affect the sun at all. The sun's as bright as ever. But, you know, whether you got grime or fingerprints or whatever on there, that is what impedes it. And it made me realize that spirit is just as bright there outside. And no matter what we do on the inside or on the windows or on the filter or on the transparency, we do not impede the brightness of the sun. And so this morning is about the light. It is about that light that is shining ever brighter when we allow it to do that. And I was reminded of a story that you may be familiar with. It's been told many times about a town just north of an ancient capital in Thailand called Sukhothai. And Sukhothai was this ancient capital. North of that was this huge Buddha that was out there that people for 500 years would come and worship. And it was plaster and clay, and it wasn't of the best Thai art that one has seen. But people honored it because of its longevity and how long it had been there. And it had weathered the storms, the cyclones, the regime changes, the wars that came through there. And it just been there for so long that it finally began to crack a little bit. And after a prolonged season of heat, one of the cracks grew a little bit larger than the others. And the monk that lived there came out and pointed his flashlight inside that crack and was like, wow. This golden light came back, and you may be familiar with the story, is that they took the plaster and the clay off this, and they discovered one of the largest gold and pure gold Buddhas in Southeast Asia that had been covered, what they figured, to hide it from the wars that went through and the invading armies so they wouldn't run off with all these tons of gold that was there. And I couldn't help but to think how in our life to protect ourselves from the challenges, from the people, from the difficulties, from the dynamics that we have had in life, that we have covered ourselves, we have covered our golden nature, and we have lost the glimmer, we have lost the light, but it's still just as bright inside. But it's been covered up by doing this thing called life. And as I think about letting that light out from within, and I think about that window pane, think about in here as the inside. But what I realize, and it may just be my strange thinking, the inside is really out there. The inside is the infinite expanse of the universe and just the multidimensional aspects of what is possible. That is really the inside. And what we know in here, we call, this is the inside. What we know of ourselves is this facade, is this plaster, are the fingerprints, are the tarnish, having lived life saying, this is who I am, forgetting about the golden nature of our being. People tend to believe easier in their follies, their mistakes, their challenges. They begin to see almost their shadow side as the real self, and they forget about the nobility that is inside. Who you are is golden. Who you are is a light that is seeking. Just give it a little crack, a little space. It will show the magnificence of who you are from that infinite expanse of the universe that is inside of you that is seeking to come on out. But because of life, it has been plastered up. But the universe is here to shine. And we've probably heard and said, well, the universe is here to support us. Well, the universe conspires to support us is what it's been quoted many times. But what I've been thinking about lately is that the universe supports itself. You know, the universe is here to support itself, and with that, it is moving through you. It is moving through you as an outlet, as an opening, as a space, as a crack, as a possibility. It wants to shine through you, and it has all the conditions in place for you to discover the magnificence of who you are so you can flourish, but you've got to use what it is you've been given. You've got to use your gifts, your talents, and then you'll find yourself in the right environment. But if you're bringing what you got to the wrong environment, it's not that the universe isn't supporting you. The universe is supporting itself, and it doesn't grow there. You can take the great succulents that are now popular in our Mediterranean climate, that are flourishing in everybody's zero-scape gardens right now, and you put those in a rainforest, and they'll die. They'll rot. They don't work there. But I'll tell you, that environment in the rainforest is really good for ferns. They flourish real good, green, thick, lush. But you take that fern and you put it in the desert, it's going to die. Now, is it the universe is out to kill the fern? I don't think so. It's just it isn't meant to grow there. And sometimes when our life isn't working, it's not meant for us to be right there. But what we do is we try to get God to get that fern to grow in the desert and the succulent to grow in the rainforest. Okay, there's a power for good and I can use it. Okay. And then we use our energy, not our light. We use our energy trying to make things happen. I want to let you know, God isn't there for us to use. It's like, you know, we think, okay, God, bring me a martini or something. You know, God doesn't respond to us like that. God is not our instrument to respond to us. We are the divine instrument of God. We are here. God isn't there to serve us. We are here to be an avenue and a channel through which that universe unfolds. Through the order of the universe wants to move and express itself. We are here to serve spirit, to serve life, to honor the truth. We don't make the truth work for us. What we want to do is be the expression of truth, of light in our life. Big difference there. You know, it's not the saying, it's not my will, but thy will. It's let me know where it is I am to bloom. Let me feel that something in my soul that is stirring, that wants to grow, that wants to express. Let me be the instrument. Let me be thy servant. Let me be that place in which Spirit expresses. But what has happened is that we've come into this world and we forget that life, or call it what you want, the omnipotence, okay? The all power. There's just one power. You know, all the religions talk about, that was last week's talk, the omnipotence, omniscience, all that. But there's only one power. So if there's only one power, there can be nothing opposed to that. So what I want to do is come into alignment with that which is, as opposed to go against it and resist it and look like there's something against it and then begin to believe that, oh no, there's this evil force out there. There is only one. There is not good and evil. But yet we come into this world ignorant in a sense, very young, naive, receptive to what we're being taught. We're taught about the good and the bad. We're taught to fear the dark. We're taught to fear falling. We're taught to fear disease. We're taught to, wear a helmet, get insurance. And we begin to protect ourselves, believing that there is not an omnipotence and only one infinite power, that there could be something opposed to it. And then as we get old enough, we get sent off to some spiritual institute or religious institute and taught to fear God. How can I begin to surrender and be used by something I fear? Right, it's right. That is the way. And I get that's not necessarily the way in which we've been taught. But as you begin to move your consciousness, you come into alignment with the golden essence of your being, that Buddha consciousness, the Krishna consciousness, the Christ consciousness, that which comes into alignment that can begin to speak with a power and with an authority and not be dominated by what is out there in the world. Because this world brings to us our pilot. The human experience, it will give us the pilot, and we've got to say, you don't have any power over me. The only power you have comes from a higher place. And that's what I need to come into alignment. And when I come into the alignment with that higher place of my being, when I allow that light to shine, I then will then be able to look at crippled and say, what hinders you? Pick up your bed and walk. See, I become the one who brings the light to the situation, say to Lazarus, man, you're not sleeping, can't fool me. Come forth, get out of there. Yeah? Or the one who can't walk, take up your bed. You begin to have a consciousness that's able to speak with an authority. But we've got this belief in the plaster clay aspect that is covering the golden essence of the truth of who you are. And believe in the facade, in the fingerprints, in the obscureness, more than that higher aspect of who you are. And what the light does that I want us to get, and this is a season, it's the returning of the light. It shows what's in the cracks. It shows what is possible to birth itself in our world, because Neville, who was a contemporary of Ernest Holmes, he was a mystic of that era, he said, you already are everything you desire to be. It's only your refusal to believe that is the reason you don't see it. See? It's nothing outside. It's your refusal. It's your fingerprints that dampens the brightness of the light. That's it. But we get indoctrinated into this world. There's a story of a lion cub that got separated from its mom, its pack, its pride. And it was lost, and a herd of goats took the lion cub in. You may have heard different versions of this story, but this just naturally embraced this young, innocent expression, this lion cub. And this lion cub didn't learn to stalk. It learned to, bounce, it's just not very dignified of a lion. But, that's what it learned. Rather than roar, it learned to bray, And this is who it was. It hung out with the goats. It thought it was a goat. It ate grass, like goats. It hopped around and lived merrily ever after. Until a day in which a lion pounced that pack of goats, and they all spread out, and all that was left was that cub looking up at this big, ferocious lion, and it goes to open its mouth and goes, bah! That lion was blown away, devastated. It's like, what was that? I am so embarrassed by your behavior that took that little cub by the scruff of its neck, took it over, set it down next to the water and said, look at yourself. Look at yourself. You are a lion. You're not a goat. I want you to roar. I want you to roar. And there is something in that cellular level. There is something in the DNA. There is something inside that remembered its nobility, its true nature, its goldenness. There was a light that was shined upon that little furry thing, and it began to learn how to roar and to stalk and be a lion. What I want us to understand, when you allow that light to shine upon you, your heavenly design begins to be seen. It begins to be shown. There's something inside of your heart that's just gnawing to get out. And we don't let it out sometimes. It's almost as if there's this tainted shame, because I know there's something more about me, that I've been planting myself in the wrong area. I've been believing in the shadow aspects of who I am, and there's more of me, and it's just this gnawing, tainted shame inside, that the deep canyons of my being that knows that this fern is to grow in a rainforest and not a desert. That's something inside of me that wants to come out, and this heart that wants to follow its wild, unfathomable possibilities. Because there is where you discover your higher purpose. There is where you meet God. You find God in the fire. You find spirit in the unknown, not in the predictable. That's how you begin to call forth that presence in your life. And the bravery it takes. Bravery, the opposite of bravery, it's not cowardice. It's conformity. And this is the way. It's been done, and it's always been done. And that's what we've been doing on this planet. And very exciting global happenings have been taking place in the last couple of weeks in Paris, though we don't see much news on our media, which is strange. But it's huge in global proportions that yesterday, it took them a couple extra days after the conference was over, they put together a 31-page document where 185 world leaders signed a willingness to do what it takes to move us beyond the era of fossil fuel. They are saying we are moving out of the era of fossil fuel, and the big money players on the planet, they're like 26 individuals who lead big reserves or corporations or own it themselves, worth $11 trillion, now feel as if they have got the green light to begin to I don't know if it's so entrepreneurial as it is invest, because the world has now agreed that they are moving beyond the fossil fuel era into a time where they have all agreed to bring it down to not exceeding the global warming cap of 2%. They say after 2%, we're in big trouble. And their goal is to go 1.5. The crowds and the protesters are saying 1.5 to stay alive. And the world leader said, that's what we're aiming for. As President Obama came out and said, this is our great chance to save the planet. I mean, that's how significant it is. So all those that are in denying that there is a change of climate going on our planet, the world leaders saying there's something going on, and together we are going to address what's here. We're going to fumble and stumble, but you know what? We have more teeth than we had in Copenhagen. We're going to begin to bring a light on what our practices are in our life and our world. And that's the key here, is that we want to bring the light to what it is we're doing in our life. We don't want to keep things in secret. We don't want to have a secret here and a secret there and don't shine the light here. We want to live as a transparency. Say, what you see is what you get. You know, that light is going to shine through me because I don't have these hang-ups and these secrets and these fingerprints and this facade and this clay and this plaster covering up the golden aspect of my being. I'm going to let the light of who I am shine, because the light of who I am is not what's on the inside of this room. It is on that side of the pain that has the infinite possibilities that are seeking to express itself through you. This season, it reminds us it's about light. You know, whether it's Diwali or whether it's Hanukkah or whether it's, Christmas, it's light. The light returns. It's hard to believe in a week the days are going to start getting longer again. But, that's what, we're celebrating the return of the light in our life and in our world. It's what happens. We've got to listen. If you don't listen to the light, to the infinite, you're going to end up listening to something else. Think so? Yes. Okay. Heard many versions of this story. But I'll take it. We'll share this one of a mayor. He's riding in the holiday parade in the convertible. His wife is next to him, and it's a small town parade, and they're waving to everybody. And the mayor sees his wife's old boyfriend, who now runs the local gas station. And he says to his wife, now, aren't you glad you married me instead of him? If you had married him, you'd be working at a gas station now. And she looked at him and said, if I had married him, he'd be the mayor now. What is it you're listening to in your life, in your world? Are you listening to the light of a greater possibility or what? Are you getting caught up with the human experience and going for what you think you should be doing, but not listening to the deep canyons of your being that know something more? There's a Steve Jobs. As he was in the process of making his transition, left us a few words to think about. He said, as I reach the pinnacle of success in the business world, and in others' eyes, my life is the epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have very little joy. And in the end, wealth is only a fact of life that I am accustomed to. And at this point, lying on a sickbed and recalling my whole life, I realize that all the recognition and the wealth that I took so much pride in have paled and become meaningless in the face of impending death. For in the darkness, I look at the green light from the supporting machines and just hear the humming mechanical sounds. And I can feel the breath of God of death drawing closer. And now I know pursuing of wealth will only turn a person into a twisted being just like me. God gave us the sense to let us feel the love in everyone's heart, not the illusion brought about by wealth. For the wealth that I have won in my life, I cannot bring with me. But what I can bring is the memories that are precipitated by love. That's the true riches which will follow you, accompany you, and give you strength and light to go on. Love can travel 1,000 miles. Life has no limits. Go where you want to go. Reach the height you want to reach. It's all in your heart and in your hands. And whichever stage in life we are in right now, with time, we will face the day when the curtain comes down. So treasure love for your family, love for your spouse, love for your relationship, love for your friends, and treat yourself well and cherish others. This is a season of love, of memories, remembering nostalgia, building new memories for nostalgia. It's about the light, bringing the light in and seeing where is it that is most important to you. Because what happens is we get caught up in pursuits that may not be ours any longer to pursue. They may have been at one time, but not now. And are you able to let go of that? But what happens is we get addicted or we get stuck with how we think it's supposed to be. We get caught in what Paul calls the cardinal mind, what us metaphysicians will call the mortal mind or the human mind. We get caught up in the ways of this world, in the facade and the plaster that is covering the golden nobility of your being. That just needs a little light to activate it, to remind us of the truth of who we are. And so when things come up and healing is necessary in our life, I like what Joel Goldsmith says. You want to experience a healing? There's two things, along with uniting with Spirit. He said you got to impersonalizing and nothingizing it. Funny word. But you impersonalize whatever's going on and you nothingize it. Ernest Holmes says, none of this stuff in the cardinal mind or in the human experience is a person, place, or a thing of itself. But it's how we are seeing. It's how we're addressing it. And so what I want us to do is come back to the qualities, the divine qualities, the true qualities of your essence, that lion of your being, that part that is on that side of the pain, that which has been covered up by the plaster of your war wounds and protections of this world. I want you to recognize the qualities of who you are, which will shatter that which has encased you in your life. The light is what activates that in your world. One of the exercises I do in my foundation class every year, every semester, and I start again in January if you want to join me, but one of the exercises is I ask people to write on a piece of paper their name, tape it on their back, and everybody goes around and writes one of those qualities that they see in that person, one of those divine qualities, one of those things you admire in them. And I came across a story that really resonated with me because of that. And it was about a teacher. I had teaching a senior class in history. And it was late after, she has one of the last periods of the day, late afternoon. The kids are tired. They're getting rambunctious. And she said, guys, stop. We're not getting anywhere. Put your books away. No more studying. Just take your breath, catch your breath, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the names of all of you up on the board. So she wrote all 26 names of the students up on the board, and then she said, what I want you to do for the remainder of this class is copy everybody's name down and write next to their name a quality that you admire about them, something that just really sticks out about them that you like, that you'd like them to know about. And then everybody wrote it on that piece of paper, they handed it in, and that was it. They didn't think about that for a while. But then a few weeks later, just before the winter break, like right around now, the last week of school, class was getting rambunctious again. She said, okay, guys, stop. I've got something for you. And she handed everybody the sheet that had their name on it, and she had copied all 26 qualities that people had seen. And she gave that, and the students, ooh, yeah. It was magical. So that sticks with me. But what's interesting part of this story is that 3 years later, she got a call from one of her students' mom. One of the wildest kids in the class, Robert, had joined the military and he had been killed in the war. And she was invited to come to the memorial service. And when she went to the memorial service, and all of her former students and a lot of his friends were there speaking. And when the service was over, the mom came up to the teacher and she started unfolding this piece of paper that had been folded and folded over many times. And she said, you know what? The military sent a couple things that was in Robert's pockets that he had kept with him. And I want you to know this assignment you gave the kids about the quality of their being, he kept with him throughout his battles and fights. And as she was sitting there wiping the tears from her face, another student came up. she opened up her purse, and she pulled out of her purse a piece of paper that had been folded over many different times and said, look it, I carry it also. And another student said, you know what? I framed mine, and it's hanging in the kitchen. And another student came over and said, you know what? I included it in my wedding vows, made sure my husband knows this about me. But you know, we don't really know the depth how we touch people when we touch that golden aspect of your being, when we let the light shine and say, I see you and you're beautiful. Gosh, you're a gift in my life. You know, and that can come from somebody who isn't necessarily your teacher. It can come from a neighbor. You know, I had Dr. Fletcher Harding, this old cantankerous minister who was the era of Ernest Holmes. He used to write Ernest radio shows. When I first started the ministry in the early 80s, he used to have lunch with me. He has no idea the depth that he conveyed with me. I still wear his ministerial robe to this day. What I want us to understand is sometimes to express the love in our life is a little awkward, but it's devastating if it's not expressed. And what I know about love is it lightens up the place. It shines the light through the little opening that you might have, and it shows the golden aspect of your being. It will shine bright whether you let it in or not, but you are the one who's at choice whether you're going to allow the light and the love in. And what I know about light and love, it's light. Like this kind of light where, you know, the control is heavy and just uncomfortable and it's a burden. But when you choose love and when you choose the light, what you will find is you're walking through this world with nothing to hide, seeking to clean up any of the foibles that may have gone on in your world, just allowing what was to be and recognize what is Spirit seeking to express in a new way that brings the love, brings the glory, brings the light, and makes everybody around you feel better. So in this holiday season, I challenge you to leave behind the facades and the plaster and the clay, and let your light so shine from the top of the mountain, take off the bushel, and let the world see the glory that you are. For you are a clear transparency for God. God bless you. Love you. Hey, let's keep it going as we bring back Leonard Patton.
This song's more about a self-check with an interesting title. It's called Crazy Face. One, two, 3, 4. The world is full of crazy faces. One will smile, the other gives a funny frown. Some will lift you with their grace, and some will turn away or stare you to the ground. I tried to hide, but looks can't lie, and the mirror in one's eye. For there is one who searches hearts, who searches minds. I can't look away, I can't change this crazy face. Another day, another face, another smile, but something tells me don't believe. Who is truth and who deceives? The eyes I see are never what they seem to be. I try to hide, but looks can't lie in the mirror in one's eyes. For there is one who sees my heart, who sees my mind. try to look away, but I can't change this crazy face. I know what's inside of my head. It's not the face you see. I know what's inside will show if I can first look inside of me. Try to hide, but you see inside every corner in my head, 'cause you're the one who knows my heart, who knows my mind. No, I won't hide, 'cause you see inside every corner of my head, 'cause you're the one who knows my heart, who knows my mind. I can't look away, I won't look away. Won't you change this crazy face?
Thank you. That is Leonard Patton. Nice job, man. Give me a hug. Good going. Well, let's see. This is the time of our service where we have the opportunity to unite together in the sharing of our gifts and our offerings. And just know it's something that comes from your heart because it's received in that kind of way. It's an opportunity to allow Spirit to express in your world, an opportunity to put into practice, what you put out is what comes back to you. It allows you to take the responsibility in your life, to say, I am that conduit through which Spirit moves. I'm not dependent on what's coming to me, but what moves through me is a statement of where my heart is. I become the activity of the infinite in my life. And so as I give, that's the measure in which it comes back into my life. Am I able to put it out there without strings, without anything, just to honor Spirit showing up? And it's this moment, every week for the last 25 years, we have come together that the community has taken this opportunity to stretch, that has brought us to this moment in time, where it now lies within your heart and your soul. And so as you give, it comes back. It's not why you do it, but that's how it works. So with that said, I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward at this time as we do take this gift from our heart and our soul and our spirit. I just want to thank everyone who mails in your contribution when you cannot be here on a Sunday, as well as those that practice the auto tithe, that just regularly say, hey, I've got it set up within my world and to Seasides on a regular basis. That regularity is a tremendous assist to our community because our regular obligations continue on. And thank you to all those that have signed the pledge cards for this upcoming year. It just brings a lot of comfort in the planning of what it is we know we can do so we can step beyond that. But with this moment, we step beyond into that greater expression of light and life and love. I stand before the most generous of spiritual communities with a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for the love that is pouring forth in this moment and a willingness of all of us to listen to the fullness of our heart and our soul and our spirit and to say yes and be willing to step into that awkwardness of love that is moving through us and say yes to that as opposed to just living in the concerns and the fears. For truly, this is a moment in which we get to acknowledge that presence that has been in our life that brings a sense of security, allows us to recognize the true source is not an employer or anything that's really on the inside, but what it's on the outside is that light and that love that is infinite, that is forever seeking expression as our life. And so as we take that which is blessed and graced our world and then we send it forth, it continues to move into the world, bringing blessings and good to all those it comes in contact. I say thank you, Father, Mother, good God, for this opportunity to pause and to realize that the true source is infinite, and that I am just truly in this time and space, a place through which the blessings move in through this world. So with love in my heart, I give. With blessings, I continue to receive. And so it is. Amen. Together, let us say this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now.
People, it's Christmas time. Come on, people, it's Christmas time. The bells are jingling. It's Christmas time. I saw Santa Claus on his sleigh with a bag full of goodies, and it sure ain't hay. Children laughing, people singing. Down on the corner, the bells are jingling. Santa, it's Christmas time. Come on, people, it's Christmas time. Woo! The hall, he ain't got no sense at all. Hear those bells, hear those chime, letting you know it's Christmas time. People, it's Christmas time. Come on, Santa, it's Christmas time.
Hollis Hassel singing to us with the Seaside Band. Great job. And so as I stand before this bounty, I can feel the love. I can feel the outpouring of blessings that has graced each and every giver's life. For truly we stand as that wonderful vortex, that transparency from the true inside, that infinite reservoir that is forever seeking expression. And it has moved through our individual lives, allowing each of us to know the sense of peace and security about the abundance of being that is dependent on no thing in this world, but rather is a divine expression of spirit. And that we begin to become more aware of what it is we can do to be in that wonderful, affluent flow of life. I say thank you for the vibrancy that comes with saying yes to spirit and the wholeness and the healing that unfolds. And so we take this gift that has been given to Seaside in good stewardship, and we put it back into the flow of life, knowing it continues to bring the blessings to everyone it comes in contact. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this moment to pause and know spirit. And so it is. Amen. All right. This is Chantal. She is your board treasurer here at Seaside, keeping a good eye on us. And Leonard, fabulous job. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Rebecca, always a joy to do Sundays with you. And saw your latest music video. That is wonderful. That is great. Check it out, Rebecca's new music video. Hey, Dr. Christina, just bless you, love you, thank you for your support on Sundays and the holiday projects I know you're doing. Will just be a wonderful blessing to all. Giving us sound today, Matthew and Steve, thank you guys very much. Giving us the visuals is Marv. know there's CDs available right after the service, or we have got a new thing that John has put together where you can just download sound on your iPod, iPads, your phones, and so you can just go audio now, and like 100 people a week are listening to this, and it's just been a couple weeks with zero advertising, so it's now available if you want to listen to it in your car. So, Tim, bless you for the live streaming. People from around the globe are watching what's going on here because of Tim sitting back there. It is wonderful. And flowers today, this is crazy. Well, I got to find out about that. First service, Zana and David Hackett shared their flowers in love of their family, Elizabeth and William Evans. So we thank them at the first service on all of our behalfs. But a lot of goods going on at Seaside. Let's see, I'm thinking 19th. Oh, it's the men's breakfast. It's Saturday morning. You want to come out with 20 guys, have breakfast here? 8 o'clock, always a powerful experience. No, women, no. The women, they yeah. Yeah, the odds are good. No, the women are doing their thing in the afternoon. Yeah. They are. You know. Callie's kicking Trevor and I out of the house again. But it's bells and books. The sisters are just coming together, celebrate the holidays, bringing a book to exchange. And so that's going on next Saturday at my place. And then Sunday night, we've got, you saw the clip, and Christina was here, the winter solstice. It's 5 years. I've been to just all of them, I think. And they're just fabulous. There's 200 people in here playing the drums and dancing, making music. It's like just an amazing, powerful, growing experience. It's flashback time. And I'm not talking 60s. I'm talking ancestral memories where we're just in tune with the rhythms of the earth here. So, and of course, the candlelight service is big. 500 people come be part of that with the lights and music. Rebecca's leading musical crew and songs, and we have fun. It's like sitting in a living room. So mark your calendar now, 7 o'clock on the 23rd, Wednesday night. So, what? Wellness group today. You heard all Christina's stuff. So, you want to say something? No? Yes? Gabriel. Ramon. Hey, anybody want to say anything? Gabriel, our leader.
Today we learned about love and how it's...
Let me turn this up a little more. There you go. Okay.
Today we learned about love and how it's within all of us and how we can share it with other people.
Beautiful. Nice, Gabe. Well, what I want to do is share that love and prayer right now, because all this moves to prayer. And all this is good, but it's about shifting consciousness. You know, this music is never for entertainment. Words are not for entertainment. You know, it's all about shifting consciousness. And this is the moment in which I ask practitioners to stand. So I'll share the prayer. You can feel the consciousness. But I just want to share with you one of the practitioners that is missing in this standing today. And it's our dearly and loved just matriarch of Seaside, one of our Seaside godmothers. You see her picture on the front of the Inside Seaside, Jackie Mayo. She stepped over to the other side this week, and she has blessed us. She has graced us. She has taken prayer requests out of prayer requests and prayed on them every day up until last week for all of us. She has been here in our prayer line. She was part of Seaside before I was here, and she has just moved on. And what was very touching at the first service was her daughter and granddaughter, who said with such a loss there was no other place they would rather be at this moment than with their spiritual family. That's what we have created here, is that kind of community. So I invite you to feel that in your heart, in your soul, and know those are the kind of qualities that is true about you. That is the unimpeded light that just sparkles in your heart. That's God. It's the truth. I can't tell it what to do for my life, but what I want to be is an instrument. What I want to be is guided by the truth. I want to know where it is I am to be planted and what is the gift from the depth of the canyon of my soul that I have come here so I can assuage the gnawing sense. I know I got something. That something's God. That's what you have. That is what I have. And as you say yes to Spirit, Spirit says yes to you. Life in its infinite wisdom that guides the universe knows how to direct our individual expressions. We are that vortex through which the infinite touches down. The universe has conspired to support itself as you. Come to know the truth of your being. Come to know that which you desire in your soul and your heart is already so. And the only reason is because you have refused to believe. So shine that light right into that little space, that opening, and discover your true nature, the golden aspect of your being, your nobility, the lion, the giant, the magnificence. For it's in the realization that this divine quality of spirit that is you, that the world begins to come into alignment. The fight and the struggle begins to subside. You walk with an ease and a grace, and a healing happens. Not because I'm telling the infinite what to do, but because I am receptive to the light, to the love, to the intelligence, to the wisdom, and recognize that there is an omnipotence. There is only one power that is everywhere present, not a power against anything, just a one power, and I am one with this right now. And in this, I know that I am of that because it is infinite. That means all is of that. I'm not all of it, but all that I am has to be of that which is infinite because there is no otherness. And so I stand here realizing, I stand in this realization, in this revelation of the wholeness and the truth that is emerging through this light, this vortex, this hilltop that can no longer be hidden underneath a bushel, a light that shines so bright as you. You are the light of this world that has come here to be that something that is stirring in your soul and your spirit. It doesn't matter where you are or what your age is. I know that you have this gift to share at this time. And as you say yes to that stirring in your soul, there is a flow, there is an energy that purges out anything unlike itself. This flow and this energy, this life force is spirit, is God, and call it what you want. It is the first breath, it is the first cause, but it knows how to heal and transform. And as you become aligned with this, anything unlike it falls away. So if there's anything in the human condition and the cardinal mind that is just fogging up the glass, think about it, look at it, see it, and turn it over to spirit. For his spirit, all things are possible. It's a human condition, but it's not the spiritual truth. And the spiritual truth will trump all things. It'll tell the lame to pick up their bed and walk, the dead to rise. Feel the shift. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this moment. That's beyond words, but it's a real something. It's powerful. That's good. Feel it. There's healing going on. I know every prayer request put in our prayer request chest is answered. And for our beloved Jackie Mail, that she does carry on with those wonderful currents of eternality. That she is alive and aware as when she stepped out of this world. That essence of her being that put the twinkle in her eye continues to put the twinkle wherever she is. There is a greater twinkle in the heavens now in the stars because Jackie is free to express herself once again unimpeded. And that her family that is still here, they are surrounded with a love that brings a peace that passes any kind of logic or reasoning. For this heart space is powerful, and that's where the experience of the divine happens. So this I'm grateful to realize, to speak, to know, to stand as a witness. And I let go, because I don't make it happen. I come into alignment with that something that does all things. So I let go, and I allow Spirit with an unshakable conviction to lead. I am the instrument. I am the servant. I am the expression. I am that which is divine. So it is. Amen.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. And this is what you have to say. Come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. said, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. We are living in grace. We're living in love. We're living in peace. United we stand as one family. We honor all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me and it moves through us all. We are living in grace. 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 Happy holidays, Seaside. Have a wonderful week.